All psychologists can do that. You can be involved in psycholegal. This is the field that is a bit blurry because there are many legalities around it, but I know people who do them. It's a very lucrative field. I used to do it in the past. It's very lucrative, but if you follow it, it's a field on its own, it's a niche on its own. You need to build yourself towards it, but any psychologist can become psycholegal psychologist. Greetings friends, this is Dr. T and I want to speak to you today about psycholegal work. What is psycholegal work? Psycholegal work is basically the work of a psychologist for a legal purpose. You can work with road accident fund, you can work with the courts. All psychologists can do that. You can be involved in psycholegal. I think this is the field that is a bit blurry because there are many legalities around it, but I know people who do them. It's a very lucrative field. I used to do it in the past. It's very lucrative, but if you follow it, it's a field on its own, it's a niche on its own. You need to build yourself towards it, but any psychologist can become psycholegal psychologist and specialize in that particular field. Most people, they confuse this with forensic psychology. In psychology, according to HPCSA, they frown upon the use of the word forensic psychology. We are not forensic psychologists. Forensic psychology is a more police concept. It is used within the police. It's a profession within them. As we are psycholegal psychologists, we specialize in psychological processes that has got a legal process. So most people who specialize in that field, any psychologist can specialize in that field, particularly educational, clinical, industrial, because they can be able, industrial can assess you on how your legal process has affected your earning or your employment. Educational psychologists can assess you and work with you to determine how your legal processes or your issues that has affected you and led you to a legal process has affected your educational development. So usually the legal process, you will have educational psychologists also are involved in divorce, where the court wants to determine the custody of the child. Where will the child cope better? They will give educational psychologists to do assessment, the clinical psychologists to do assessment, whether the child, after separating with either one of the parents, will they be affected educationally or emotionally. All of us are going to be assessing clinical, educational, and give our psychological or professional opinion based on that. So all of us, we can be involved in psycholegal work. So nobody is limited. There is no specialization. What do? You become a psychologist and then you start to build yourself, you develop yourself. I'm going to do another video where I speak about psycholegal. I actually develop courses that focus on psycholegal. I'm going to share that on how to access them so that you can be able to train. So I've also done videos about each of this profession. Educational, there's a video I've done where I interview educational psychologists. Watch those videos. I've interviewed several of them. Educational psychologists, watch the videos and hear what they say about the field. Clinical psychologist, I've interviewed a clinical psychologist who speak about the field. Watch the video where he speak about what clinical psychologists do. Industrial psychologist, I've interviewed one. Watch the video where he speak about industrial, what they do. Counseling, I've interviewed psychologists in the field of counseling who speak about the field, selection, what happens. Watch that video. Research psychology, I've interviewed people who did research psychology. Listen to the video where they speak about what is it all about. And I've also interviewed somebody in neuropsychology where they share about what those fields entail. So watch those videos where these people speak about their field themselves and they share what they do. It will help you to understand the field better. Colleagues, let me end there. I hope this video was very helpful to help you understand the field of psychology. As you prepare yourself to apply for the master's degree in psychology, honors degree in psychology, I hope now you have got clarity what each one of them does. But remember, don't be limited. When you apply, when you complete as a psychologist, you can actually start to build your career. Like myself, I've built my career as a career psychologist. I believe in careers. I enjoy careers. So I built myself within that. Anything that has to do with career. I'm an educational psychologist, but I specialize mainly in career psychology. That's my field. That's where I study. That's where I spend my time investing my knowledge in it as a career psychologist. I can be able to teach people about the different careers. So you will develop yourself and build yourself in the field that you have interest in. Let me end there, colleagues, and I thank you for your time. If you have not yet subscribed, I encourage you that subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with as many people as possible, particularly students in psychology, psychologists, any person in the field of psychology. Share it with them. If you've got any question regarding what I presented, put that question below this video on a comment section and I will be able to attend to it. Enjoy the rest of your day and continue living life to the fullest. Enjoy.